but I have to get there. Oh, I have to hit mute, though. I've been watching. So I found out that I can watch Twitch on my Roku.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
That's how I was watching you guys last week when I was at home.
I loved it. So me and my son were watching Overwatch streamers the other day because he loves Overwatch. And I like losing with him in Overwatch fairly often.
We never lose in Overwatch.
What language was that?
Exactly. All right, tweet out that we're going live, people. I have black tea, Twinings Christmas black tea. And it's lovely. We did get some last minute questions, so that was good because I had none.
I retweeted the request for questions and emails.
Yeah. And then I think
Because of Yami hosting your podcast, the live stream.
who do you think? Oh, I'm not going to ask.
One of these days, Magic will update the contact information.
He will. He will one of these days. My hope is after
Yami has a Facebook page too.
It'll happen after April 9th, because that's when I do my final show for Westminster College. Everything I've told many people today, everything happens after April 9th. I need to touch my ID. Ooh, that was hot. Oh my gosh. I'm reading things. So I'm skipping one of Mork's questions because it actually is also dealing with the email. So Mork only gets one question this week. Poor Mork. I'll have to remember to tell him that. All right.
He'll be fine.
All right. Let's see. I think we're good. So here we go. We're gonna go live in except I have to touch my ID. There we go. In 5, in 4, in 2, in 1.
Welcome, friend, to the Lorecraft Podcast.
And welcome once again to the Lorecraft Podcast. My name is Magic, your fun, furry, fabulous, feline, Tauren druid. Although I've been playing Boomkin more, so I guess that makes me a laser chicken as well. With us, as always, we have our raven-haired, emerald-eyed, ruby earring, pinky-skinned, and horns coming out of her neck. I know, they're actually on your shoulders. Blood Elf Hunter Yamano. Say hi, Yamano. And if you were in Quebec, you would have said Lesai. And then our other... See, I did the Canada thing this week. And our other seems to be a regular, possibly new co-host. We'll have to wait and see if he can last long enough. He is playing currently a Tauren, which, of course, goes to my hearts inside and out. And he likes to punch things with his fists. Yes, we're talking Tauren Monk. We're talking Orcish Warrior. No, the Tauren Monk. Floonrand. Say hi, Floon.
Hi, Floon.
Oh, that was witty.
No. You know I'd do it once.
I know. And
at least once.
This week we have a special guest. This is a man who has given us way more than enough emails and crafty questions. So that means he knows how to use a computer, ladies and gentlemen. Sysil. Say hi, Sysil.
Hi-yo, guys.
So we have a full house. No, you need 5 for a full house. So we have what? We have 4 people. That's that's the best.
We have four people. They're not even of a kind.
No. we have 4. We have a losing poker hand, ladies and gentlemen.
And that sounds like every week.
We've
got a few jokers. We can win.
Oh, there we go. He called you a joker.
Is he wrong?
No, he is not. All right, so we're going to move right into one of my favorite parts of every week, which is...
This week, across Azeroth.
All right, let me look at my order list for this week across Azeroth this week. First this week is Yamano. Yamano, what'd you do this week across Azeroth?
Didn't I go last week first?
Nope, last week was Floon.
Oh, okay, so it's me. Mythics. Dungeons, finally.
What?
I've been doing them.
So
yeah, I've been
jealous.
doing with them with the guild for the past, like, I think it's like 3 weeks. We've got them going every Friday now. But we spent the entire, like, a really long time in Karazhan.
It does
So-
take quite a while.
Oh, yeah,
That was a while.
that's not
yeah.
a short instance.
No. Well, they're gonna split it
My-
up though, thankfully.
Yeah.
My eventual goal I would like to do is have a raid group again. That would be nice.
Well, we'll take you on our raids anytime you want to come since we can cross realm zone thing.
Yeah, and now that you guys are leveling as Horde,
Don't remind me.
Poor Floon. So how many mythics have you done then? Have you done all of them or
I've done every single one of them. No.
so what's
The hardest one we did was what was it? I want to say it was a Vault of the Wardens, I think. Hold
Is it-
on.
Is that the one, Floon? Is that
Vault
the
of
one?
the Wardens?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one that's really got a really annoying boss mechanic. I don't remember. You guys always complained about it.
Vault of the Wardens is better than Court of Stars or Arcway, so...
Oh, well, I've heard about those.
I think it was, Vault of the Wardens, I think is what we did.
Yeah, that one...
Because that one, and we were literally a minute off from having +6.
Oh, that hurts.
So
Ouch.
it's because of a death. Vault of the Wardens is kind of hard, especially the Cordana when you have people that have sight issues, like myself. I can't see those mobs that come and are like in pathways
Oh, okay.
at all. So, and certain situations where there's stuff on the ground, and if there are things on the ground and they are a shade of blue or green and it's on a purple background, like purple ground setting, can't see them worth crap.
Yeah,
So,
that would
an example is Duramu in Throne of Thunder. That fight is okay. So Yami's going to go into the corner, and Yami's going to die now. Maybe you guys can res me after. Yami, why are you dying then? Because Yami can't see what's happening on the ground, and there's
Oh,
because the way it works, I can't use the glorified overlays that they have for like color blindness. Because technically, I'm not colorblind. It's just the pigment and and like tone and stuff. But
listen. You just tell your raid leader that you are tanking that floor, and you're tanking that floor hard.
well, usually I'm the raid leader. That's the thing.
See?
well, then,
Even
you know,
better.
put a sticky note on your monitor and just say, "Oh, right, my job's to tank the floor."
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, Fluid, I'll have to introduce you to my res macro. Sometime you'd get a kick out of it.
Probably.
Oh my
It's
god.
literally %T, which targets the player and says the name. I know the floor tastes nice, but you kind of need to stop now.
See, I think that's personal opinion. I'm just tasting the floor is somebody has to do it during a raid.
Look,
I did-
essentially, me dying is, a meme now, so,
Oh lord. I did also do like LFR up to Trial of Valor. I need to bounce into Nighthold soon-ish. But I finally replaced my stupid blue trinket.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's probably a good
And
thing.
so now I'm at item level 869, and my mastery is 81% as a BM hunter.
Oh nice.
So I just need a little bit more haste. That would help,
So you,
because then I'd have regen.
Wow, yeah.
But nothing on Mount Front. Almost got the Warrior to 110. She's at 108.
Nice.
Tune, I do the for the class order hall. I was gonna do Nighthold after doing my archaeology quest, but then my entire city lost their power.
And that'll happen, you know?
Yeah.
Fun.
Fun? Maybe.
Can be.
Can be.
Yeah, with candles.
Well, I wish I had like a clappy button because I'd press it right now for Yami for doing mythics, and I'm gonna. I'll find one for next
jealous.
week. So
jealous.
all right.
Well,
So
at least I finally managed to get, because the entire guild group is the thing. There is.
oh yeah. No.
And I don't like doing stuff like that with bugs. It's
Terrible.
yeah.
I only
Lack of
pug
a
it.
better phrase.
I only pug it if I have Floon with me because then I at least have somebody to complain to.
Boy, does he complain.
See, I don't have a problem running stuff like LFR on my own because it's LFR. But when
Yep.
it's stuff that like actually requires you to pay attention
Yeah.
and do stuff, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like having to pug a bunch of people. And the added bonus of, you must have Mythic Keystone 16 experience to do this Mythic Keystone 4. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Please
There.
tell me you're joking.
No, they never do joke.
Unfortunately.
That's the sad part.
Yeah. Well, I actually this week went and did some PvP, and come to find out that when
It's a miracle.
when you because you know I was a big PvPer when I was on a PvP realm, but since I was in, I think it was MOP was really the last time I was hardcore doing PvP. And so I went in some random battlegrounds, really enjoyed it. There's still morons playing, and there's still lovely human beings in there. So it's a nice mix of people.
Which one are you?
I am a nice mix of people. And so, but the big thing I come to find out, if you win, they like hand you gear. And
Yeah,
it's
it's like, here you go.
upgrades for everything. And I'm like,
most part.
Necessarily.
Yeah, until you hit a certain point.
oh, well, I haven't hit that point yet, apparently.
It's not even that. It's not handing you gear. They hand you like those medallion stuff. You get a lot more if you win. I will say that.
Oh, yeah, no, but they give you gear, too. Like, I'm getting like 860, 865 pieces, and it's upgrading the stuff that I got from like dungeons that are like 810, and I'm like, I love you, PvP. Where have you been my whole life?
It only does that for the first little bit, though. Like, and then after
If it can
that-
get me up to 860, I'm stoked. I mean, shoot.
We'll probably have to start doing some mythics.
No, I'll keep doing LFR. I mean, LFR is great. Because that's the other thing.
yeah.
Me and Flynn went into Nighthold. Right, we did the
You
first.
were there? I
Yeah,
thought you,
for the first-
left
no.
for like 10 minutes.
No, we did the first 3 bosses, and we run in, and all you have to do is like you take your face, you throw it against the keyboard, and just start drooling on it.
Yeah.
And
when
the
your
boss
starts yelling at you, move one way until
Right.
it stops.
boss dies, you get loot, and you go sweet. So that, and then we had some events this week, though I apparently missed one because I'm dumb. I did a real life thing. God. So that was my fault.
God, you had IRL.
I
stuff.
know.
What a nerd.
And then I do have big news, though. Me and Floon have finally figured out the title of the newest podcast. Somebody had asked about the new podcast and if it was going to be actually happening. And me and Floon have finally found a name for it. And so we're actually moving forward. For anybody that's curious, Floon came up with the name. And it's, what was it, Floon?
Everybody wipes.
Everybody wipes.
That is brilliant. I love this.
Well, and it's a play on words too, because one of the things we're going to be focusing on that is the podcast is going to deal with. It's going to be kind of for both new players and casual players, and even more specifically, players with families. Because me and Floon are both, fathers, and so everybody wipes. When you have babies, you got to wipe their bums. Boom, play on words.
And while you're doing it, you usually wipe the raid.
Exactly.
I was a part of that
You're
discussion.
both
We talked
fathers?
for about 2 hours the other night.
Oh
about
yeah. It took
Oh, yeah.
forever.
A lot of discussion.
you-
We sat there for
you're-
like a good
you're
20 minutes, just like,
You're both fathers. Bull crap. You're both like 21. Shh.
Yeah, right. I was 21 once. I think it was still the 90s.
it was 7 years ago.
The 18. Wait, what? So
Brilliant.
that's my
Brilliant.
exciting
I
news.
like that.
So now I'm gonna I'm gonna pass off to our next one. Floon, what'd you do across
Well,
Azeroth?
I got all three, the other two artifact weapons for my monk, so I now have all three unlocked and finished the class hall campaign. Now I need to decide what I want to do with this monk. Do I want to heal, tank, or DPS? So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying a little bit of everything out, and trying to learn the different things. And I thought the campaign was neat too. So
Well,
that's what I did.
monks are pretty neat.
And I guess I PvP'd with you a little bit.
And how did you enjoy your first entrance? How far into Nighthold did you end up going?
Well, I only did the one wing.
Oh, okay.
I was
Pretty though, right?
Oh, it's gorgeous. So gorgeous.
I want to
Yeah.
live
Wait for
there.
Tomb of Sargeras.
Oh,
Just because of how pretty it is in there too.
it's gorgeous.
Thank you, Blizzard, for your art. You make
I
me
know,
feel
right?
better about my life.
I don't know how that works, but okay.
Oh,
That's pretty much all I
Floon.
did, so.
Note
What?
on that, I found out that apparently Monk Healer and Boomkin together are OP in PvP. I was listening to one of the other podcasts that I listened to, and it was about PvP, and they talked about that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, Floon, we have to go back and do more of the PvP and just
Well, yeah.
raffle
I
pump
mean,
before they nerf
I was
it.
having a lot of fun. I'd never even healed before. I just start healing, BGs. So that was interesting.
The most fun I've ever had in PvP was in a threes team with me on my BM Hunter, my guildie on his BM Hunter, and my other guildie on his Frost Death Knight.
Oh God.
Oh, wait.
Oh, the pain!
I can one up that once. We did a fives team back. This was in MOP. 5 healers.
Oh my god.
We went in and all we
Get up
did
and walk away. How mad would you be?
all we did was heal for like 20 minutes. It was great.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, you're crazy.
Ugh.
Mind you, I was in a twos team with I'm on my BM Hunter, this is Kata, and we're in a twos team with me, BM Hunter, with a Disc Priest healing me. And we're against, I think it was a Holy Paladin and a Assassination Rogue who had just gotten daggers. And I guess they thought, like, the legendary daggers, and I guess they thought, hey, I got daggers now, I'm invincible in PvP, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh my god, did we kill? And we
Hashtag
didn't run
dead.
into them once. We ran into them 3 times that
Oh,
night.
man. See, and that's good times right there.
So the third
Good
time, the Holy
times.
Paladin literally just laid down.
Oh, jeez.
They were like, well, I know how this is going to end.
All right.
And then finally, our special guest, the one, the only. I think you're playing mostly Death Knight right now, Saisil?
Yep.
Okay, good. The one, the only, the undead. What actually race are you?
Blood Elf.
Oh God. Blood Elf Dead Knight.
Hey, hey.
More pink skins is what we need. So, Saisil, what'd you do?
Resemble that for March.
What'd you do this week across Azeroth?
Oh. I've mostly been holding off on doing dungeons, except for when I'm home with my wife, because traveling makes it hard. So I actually got some dungeons done. Got some dungeons for my campaign done, my class campaign done. Couple done. I believe we did a couple dungeons together. You, Floon,
Yep.
myself, and my wife.
That was,
That was
this
fun.
week. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
and we actually finished
Yeah, that
those
was this week.
dungeons.
Feels like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
No, that was this week.
Wow.
Felt like a long time ago, though. Been mostly working on finishing off the Suramar storyline. Gotta get that finished.
Oh, that is so
And I've been working on getting my 100 unique world quests done so that I have at least Pathfinder Part 1 finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably do that. That's one thing I've been slacking on. That's
Yeah,
so
same.
listeners better hurry up because it's estimated that the patch is going to drop by the end of the month.
no.
And we already got the pre-download going, so
See, truth
Yeah.
be told, though, I never got fined for WOD either because I don't know. I just don't care about flying.
Well, okay, so the difference between WoD and Legion is, like, in Warlords, it was originally designed so that there would be no flying.
Right.
It was because of pressure and them caving to a very vocal group that that we got flying in Draenor. Whereas in Legion, it was designed to have flying.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
not
There is
obvious.
there's going to be world quests where you will need flying to do.
You
I-
need flying to not lose your mind.
I'll have to skip those world quests because
Well, no, the thing is, they'll be integral to you getting your class mount.
Dang it!
oh well, that's
You need your Pathfinder to get your class mount.
another mount I
want
won't
that,
get.
I want that tiger, and then I want that elemental, and I want.
Oh, the druid one we just changed into a different bird, so I'm okay. Whatever.
But it's a cool bird.
Nah.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
It
Meh.
also unlocks artifact appearances.
I like the Guardian one. I know I'm probably on the outskirts of that, but
I don't mind it. I think it's pretty cool.
it's good. I think it's it's different. It's outside the box.
Outside
I actually
the box.
haven't
Outside the box is
seen
always good.
any of the other ones. I saw some of the ones today. I saw a couple, but I haven't really looked into most of them.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the podcast. I'm just kidding. Kidding.
All right. And see you guys
22
next week.
minutes. I'm feeling pretty good about that. No, that is our week across Azeroth. All right, so no fantasy fables this week, so I'm skipping that. And if we don't get one in the next couple weeks, I'm probably just gonna cut that segment. Be like, and it's over with.
no one wants to hear my Hannah, anyways.
Huh? Oh, I
No one
know.
wants-
But
I
Sorry.
know Laggers has a pretty good Hannah.
he does. It's
Well.
stunning.
I could never live up to that. So
Oh, good. Ali Saunders here this week because Ali Saunders got an email for us, so we'll be talking about that. So this week we do have an add-on review this week, and I want to talk about it because I'm both excited and frustrated.
no.
So here we go. It is for those that aren't using TRP3 or you're using maybe my roleplay or something else. TRP3 is the roleplay add-on that I use and that I encourage those in my guild to use because it's the one that I know the best. Floon, are you using it?
It's actually very easy to use.
TRP, yeah.
Yeah. And Saisil's got it. It is, for those that don't know, it adds some things to your tooltip stuff. It allows you to give more background information. We're not talking about TRP3. In fact, I think we did a podcast about TRP3 a while back. What we're talking about this week is TRP3 Extended. For those that don't know, TRP2 used to be what TRP3 and TRP3 Extended together was or is. And what they did, the developers, they split it because TRP2 could be a little overwhelming for somebody who was brand new. So TRP3 is very simple, very easy to use, even for people who are just getting into roleplay. And the Extended is for those of us that really loved what was in TRP2 and allows us to do a lot of things. From Curse, the introduction says, and I'm just going to skip to the more interesting one, is one big problem is that, that's it. Total RP3 brought you the best way to customize your character and companions. Total RP3 Extended brings you the best way to create new content in World of Warcraft. Campaigns with quests, customized NPCs and dialogues, items, documents, and much more. This is huge. Now, if you're using something like GHI, which is Griffinheart items, TRP3 does something similar in regards to items. I haven't found many other that actually do allow you to build quests, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, because that was what really frustrated me. But just some of the things that you can do with it. Again, this comes directly from Curse. You can create highly customizable items and share them with other people. Now, noted, the other people also have to have TRP3 Extended. When you receive an item from someone, it'll warn you about potentially harmful effects, and you can authorize them or not. You can place items on the ground and get them back later. You can place them in stashes around all of Azeroth that other players will be able to find and open. It gives you inventory to place your items on your character visually, so people with TRP3 Extended will be able to see those items you're wearing. You can create quests. This is huge for me. I love that idea, and I'll get into that in a second. It's clean. It's easy to use. Well, let me rephrase that. It's easy to look at the interface and understand partially what's going on. And one of the things it talks about is we provide different levels of complexity for editor's interface. So there's quick, normal, and expert. And of course, I always jump into the expert because I'm a dumb butt and I like to give myself.
You didn't read the manual either.
No, though I do know.
Why read the manual?
Exactly. I know how to use Google. So, yeah. So, and it's separated into sub add-ons. One is the inventory management. One's the roleplay quest log. So the part that I want to talk about, well, I can talk about the inventory, but again, if you use Griffinheart items, it's a very similar thing. I've started creating a history of the Earth Totem Clan book that I'll be able to give out to all of our guildies with all of the. Yami, did you say something?
Finish your thing.
Okay.
Because I have a point.
Okay, yeah. That I'll be able to give out to all the guildies who have that add-on. So they'll have a little book with the history of the Earth Totem Clan. What were you going to say, Yami?
So I'd like a little bit of clarification there, because I've used TRP. I've never used this other one, TRP 3 Advanced. Some clarification on you'll be able to visualize. Is this on your character directly?
Yeah, so,
or is this through the TRP add-on? I'm hoping it's the latter.
Yeah, it's through. So the TRP3 add-on has its own character screen. You know how when you but anybody else with TRP3 can look at you through that screen as well and see the items on you.
Okay.
So it's not messing with anything of Blizzard's. It's creating a new look.
Yeah. So a new little window type thing.
Yes.
Almost like as if it's the dressing room type
thing? Yeah. Like Mogget almost. So say, you know how you share Moggets? It's a similar thing, only it's your character specifically, and you can put things on that you've created that other people can see. I haven't gotten too far into it, so that's one area that I don't know as much about.
For our listeners and anybody listening at all, the reason I asked for the clarification is modding your character to how they appear visually, like your actual character. violates the terms of use
Oh, yeah.
and the end user license agreement, you will be banned. Any add-ons you use will immediately be looked into.
Yeah.
So
And most of those
do
add-ons...
not do that.
Yeah, and most of those add-ons tend to... Anything that does that tends to be disabled by Blizzard fairly quickly. The big thing for me, though, is the ability to build quests, which I've already started working on. When TRP2...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. When TRP2 was created, I created a quest that I actually used at an event, so anybody that had TRP2 could accept the quest and do the things, and it's phenomenal. Now, the big thing is it takes a bit of work, because you literally are writing a quest from scratch, and that's not necessarily an easy thing to do if you don't know exactly what you want people to do. But it'll have things that'll trigger, like if you enter a certain zone or you go to a certain X and Y coordinate, and then you have to talk to, for example, talk to an NPC or inspect an NPC. And it's really quite fantastic, because you can build them specifically, again, for your guild or for your group of friends. But again, there is a learning curve, and that's currently where I'm at with it. Is I've been playing with it because making items is easy. Oh, and some of the items you can have on-use effects. So if you click an item, it can play a sound effect or music from the game. So I've created this little locket that when you use it, it plays the Thunder Bluff music, because I love Thunder Bluff music. So I'll encourage people to take a look at it. Again, it's not necessarily going to be for everybody. It's for those of you that maybe want to push the boundaries a little bit about creating your own content in-game, which for me is a lot of fun, especially when we hit near an end of an expansion and things start to get really slow and you go, ugh, what do I do? You can create your own content. And it's cool. So check it out. Again, that's TRP3 Extended, and you can get it on Curse. Obviously, you need TRP3 if you're going to use it. You can't use it separately, I don't think. That would be odd. So that is our add-on review for this week. And I'm probably going to talk more about it as I learn more about it, so expect updates. All right. Well, Saisil's here this week, and with Saisil and our regular co-hosts, we're going to be talking about the one, the only, the Grand Magna, M-A-G-N-A, Grand Magna Agewin. Is it Agewin? Am I saying it right?
Egg win.
I don't want any eggs.
But eggs are a win.
Is it really Egwin?
Yeah.
Oi. I think that's a terrible pronunciation of that name. I love the fact that it has win in it, though.
I do like to win.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I also like eggs, though.
See, as soon as we start talking about food, now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
All right. So, who wants to start talking? Let's okay. Let's go way back on
Way
where
back.
way back where Egwin began. Okay, Egwin.
Hungry?
What'd you say? Sorry, Sil?
I said, aren't you always hungry for more lore?
Well, it's true. So Egwin goes back to when Guardian Magnus Scavel. Am I saying that one right at least, Yami?
Guardian.
Magnus Scavel.
I believe so.
Okay, because I it'd be funny if it was Scavel, and I'll be like, fine, I'm done saying names.
Scavel.
Scavel.
I think.
Scavel.
Yeah.
So, well, let's go back. So these are the Guardians they were the Order of Terrasfall is the one who chose them, and they were Guardians essentially of Azeroth. Probably the most well-known is Medivh, which we've talked about in the past. But there was a long line of them, and it usually rotated every 100 years. And the Order of Terrasfall was created post War of the Ancients, for those that are curious about that. And the Guardian was somebody who was extremely gifted in the arcane and magic and all things sparkly fingers. Okay? Sparkly.
Sorry.
And so Guardian Magnus Scavel, though, at the end of his 100 years, there was nobody to replace him. The Order of Terrasfall hadn't found anybody. He hadn't found anybody, and they asked him to stay on. And he wasn't necessarily thrilled with it, but he said, "Okie doke," and he stayed on. And eventually, he took on 5 new apprentices, 4 men and 1 woman. The woman being Egwin. And Egwin essentially rose to the top fairly quickly. Which made all the guys mad, of course. But the Order of Terrasfall was like, you know what? She's better than you guys, so you can sit down. Sorry.
Well, and they kind of thought she would be a little more obedient.
And that I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. So one of the things that all the Guardians had been before is they've been kind of... I guess obedience the best way to say it, to Order of Terrasfall. They did what the Order of Terrasfall essentially, yeah. And what happened is that they thought that she would just kind of fall in line, and of course she did not. Jumping forward real quick, Egwin is also the mother of Medivh, for those that are curious.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And so, you guys are still talking about eggs in chat?
It's
really?
I haven't said anything about eggs in a while. I just want to know if they came before the chickens.
Oh my gosh. So Egwin is... Oh, and for those that aren't curious, a reminder. You can find this not all of it, but a lot of it in this little book called Warcraft, or World of Warcraft, Chronicle Volume 1. Also, a quick note, Volume 2 is out, which I haven't had a chance to order yet due to a money situation, but I believe I'm going to be able to order tomorrow, which means next week we'll be talking a little bit, not too much, because I don't want to give spoilers away, but a little bit about that volume. Excited?
Then I won't be joining the podcast at all.
Okay.
I'm avoiding spoilers. So
spoilers.
Spoilers. We got invaded by the Legion.
No.
Yeah, it happened.
Seriously?
Apparently, how the Chronicle is wording out, though, is a whole lot of "oh, really?" and "what?"
Well, that's good. I'm excited about that. We'll talk about that later, though, because that's Chronicle 2, right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm excited.
So, continuing on. Here I am. I was trying to find the page for you. Oh, there it is. So, the Guardian Egwin starts on page 148 of Chronicle Volume 1, for those that are curious. Okay. Wikipedia also has an article about her. And they have some things that overlap. So anyways, so Egwin then takes on the mantle of Guardian. She becomes Guardian Magna Egwin. And she does just the opposite of what the Order of Terrasfall thought she would do. And she essentially was not fond of authority, did not trust authoritative figures, and to a certain extent kind of rushed in almost immediately protecting Azeroth. In fact, one of the first challenges was fighting a demon called Zmaldlor. You know what, Yami, you say that name because I can't.
The demon...
Zmaldlor.
That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
Zmaldlor.
Okay. So everybody agrees Zmaldlor is a good name.
If we're wrong, we're wrong in solidarity.
Solidarity. And she essentially fought him, destroyed him, or vanquished, because we know demons go back to the demon world and then they come back over and over again. And so the Order of Terrasfall was kind of like, whoa, you did this a little too quick. We needed to see what this kid was up to. And she was like, no, I'm not going to let him do it, because he was possessing children in a schoolhouse. She's like, I'm not going to let him mess with children. So,
Are you crazy?
exactly. So she, she wasn't gonna kowtow. I like using that word, right?
Because you're
Kowtow.
a Tauren.
Yes. To the Order of Terrasfall. Hey, anytime I can get a...
Moving on.
Oh,
I
yes!
see what you did there.
Okay.
Do you
So...
expect any less?
No.
So later on, one of the things I found interesting is that she actually... a Luneth, which is one of the mage artifacts, I believe. Artifact weapons. None of us main mage, so I'm going to guess there. She actually...
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if it's the name of the arcane staff.
No.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it should be. Well, I mean, if because she's very arcane-y. But a Luneth actually was tamed to a certain extent by Egwene and put into the staff that mages now use. Which is kind of funny because later on the staff doesn't listen to her when she fights Sargeras. See? Alisandre has a Luneth, which reminds me. Hi, Alisandre.
Did you already say hi?
I didn't say hi. I just said we have an email from Alisandre. I like to be polite.
I'm
All right. So
Today I learned the artifacts don't pop up in Altaholic.
really,
Yeah,
Strange.
I'm trying to look for them and it's not coming up.
interesting.
I hadn't noticed that.
There we go. Now it came up. Yeah, it is a Luna.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
I
So
have it sitting in my mage's bags.
how does this all then start to relate to where we are now? Well, around her 100-year mark, Egwene started to get in some feelings about Northrend. So she goes up there. She finds a bunch of not dragons. She finds a bunch of demons hunting the blue dragonflight.
Back up.
Okay.
At this point, Egwene's pregnant.
Not is she? Not yet. She's not.
Gone and she's seduced. Because it's not this when
No, because it's Niels Aaron, who was a Tirisgard magi.
yeah,
That happens after.
Neil Saran.
Yeah, that's later.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Be-
have to
now-
agree on that.
Yeah, no, it's later. Truthfully, what we're going to find out is Sargeras is inside her when she gets pregnant. But she's not pregnant yet. She fights the demons first around the skeleton of Galacrond. We talked about Galacrond in one of the
Galacron.
podcasts. That was the big bad dragon from long, long ago. And that's when the avatar, I always forget the word, avatar of Sargeras shows up after she's defeated all these demons, and she fights the avatar. Now, this isn't the actual Sargeras. This is just a part of his power? Is that the best way to put that?
It's like a tiny sliver of his
Yeah.
power type thing.
Yeah,
We were talking about a guy who can, break planets. So
that's true.
Yeah, what Floon said.
And so she's like, I'm going to take this guy on. And she does. And so she tries to use the staff of Aluneth. And Aluneth is like, nope. Nothing happens. So she tosses Aluneth aside. And that's when she ends up using the staff of, what is it, Atesh?
The great staff of the Guardians, essentially.
Yeah.
Atesh.
And fights this avatar and defeats the avatar. Now, believe it or not, Sargeras actually wanted this to happen because part of his essence transfers into her. She ends up taking the husk of what was left. It's like, I like this, Alexander. It's like Sargeras' toenail hanging onto an island like Deathwing Phase 4.
It's one wicked hangnail.
Oh my gosh. That was brilliant. And so she takes the husk and she takes it to Suramar. Now, at this point, Suramar, is I mean, this is after the War of the Ancients. Everything's in ruins. At this point, the Suramar is still underwater. It has not been raised by Gul'dan. So she takes it underwater and puts him into what we now refer to as the Tomb of Sargeras. Okay?
Keep in mind, of course, Suramar City is also underwater. It
Yes.
is shielded, but it's still underwater, as far as we know. Unless they decide to retcon that.
Well,
it is.
you know,
Quick note on that, too, right? So we do all realize that Grand Magistrate Elysan, the person we fight in Nighthold, was actually a good guy at one point.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, didn't we talk about that last week?
Yeah, I always feel
So
bad
was
for her.
Illidan.
So was everyone.
It's true.
Deathwing was a good guy at one point. Sargeras was a good guy at one point.
I think there's like one or two exceptions to that.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, so one of the reasons that she took his husk into Suramar, into Tomb of Sargeras, is that the Highborn seals would nullify whatever evil still lingered in Sargeras' avatar. So that was the whole point of her taking it there. Okay?
Sure didn't work.
No. In fact, it doesn't work at all. So Sargeras is now gone. Okay? Partially within Egwene, twisting her thoughts a little bit, and she continues to kind of abhor the authority of the council. Okay, starts to move farther away from them. Feels like there's too much politics in what they're doing. At this point, the council is essentially manipulating the Eastern Kingdom, trying to prevent. They think they have the power to prevent war and suffering, and so they're manipulating what's going on. And she's not real with that. Okay, this is also the time that she constructs Karazhan. So she is the founder of Karazhan. She constructs it there specifically for the ley lines and starts to use it as a refuge, which Medivh will do later on. As older members of the Order pass on and new members come in, they start to really want to kind of get rid of her. They want to get a new guardian that they can kind of control. And so they send out, say his name again for me, Yami.
Oh, my lord.
I
Who
said
is it?
Neela Saran, but you said it much nicer than me.
Nayla Saran?
See?
Yeah.
Yami says it better. Okay? So
Blame the fact that Yami was raised in an environment that promotes bilingual learning. We're taught French and English in schools.
I could do it if it was sign language, but that wouldn't really help in a
do the audio
podcast.
listener
No.
any good.
So Aran actually is chasing Egwene to capture her. He uses artifacts to slow her down. I guess this takes several months. And essentially when the fighting finished up, they realized that they had similar thoughts and ideas. And so, of course, they fell in love. And
Air
made a
quotes.
As you know, enemies do.
Yeah, and then made a baby. And that baby
Air
is Medivh.
Maid or baby?
Made, air quotes, baby.
Okay.
And then Medivh ends up getting...
Well, no. I say air quotes because fell in love.
Oh, well. Well, you never know.
You've got
So
some good
she-
ideas, crazy magic lady.
She says, if you read the book, she says, the only purpose I had a relationship with you was to produce an heir. You
And
mean
she-
nothing to me.
Yeah, but maybe she
She
was just trying to save him from heartbreak.
Literally says that.
Maybe she's pushing him away.
I mean, if
That
that was
could
the case,
also be
why
some
didn't
of
you
the
just be like,
influences Sargeras.
Oh, that's true. So it could be some of Sargeras in there pushing him away.
that's less interesting to me.
Well, anyways, we know what happened with Medivh. He becomes great and then evil. Well, he doesn't become evil. Sargeras becomes evil. Anyways, Egwene kind of stays hidden during all this time. She hasn't died yet. Okay, and you know she witnesses the fall of her son from afar. Stays alive, and then if you enjoy the comics, you have the new Council of Terrasfall, and she becomes a handmaiden. I think it's handmaiden. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
Well, it was even prior to those comics timeline. She had been a chambermaid to Jaina for a very long time. Jaina had no idea who she really was.
Right. No, she kept that hidden. Next week on Lorecraft, The Romance, a short story by Magic of the forbidden love of Nahlis and Egg Lady.
Get on it. Somebody get on it and send it in. Somebody do it.
Alessander, I need to make that a title. I'm gonna make an artifact in TRP3 with that name.
And it better have a story in it.
Oh my gosh. So Egwene does eventually die. She dies she sacrifices.
Gives all her power to her grandson.
Yeah.
Because he's the Mary Sue and the Green Jesus to save us all. And oh god, I hate my dad.
Ugh.
But he's canon, right?
Unfortunately.
So yeah, so she does die.
Somewhat canon.
No, it's not even someone.
Yeah, they
Chris
made
Metzen flat out said, and so did who is the current guy in charge of story right now? They both said, as much you guys hate him, Madan is canon.
Yeah, Madan is canon, but not all of what he did is canon as him doing it.
The question is,
They never said that. They said he is canon, period.
but is he armed with a cannon? Oh.
Oh,
An arcane
Oh.
canon.
See?
pretty much.
So there we have Egwene, and if it wasn't for Egwene, we wouldn't have a Tomb of Sargeras, and if we didn't have a Tomb of Sargeras, we wouldn't have Legion X-Pac.
I'm just wondering if maybe in the Chronicle they're going to explain how Khadgar has the Staff of Atesh.
It would be interesting to find out.
Because,
He got
you
it out of
know,
the Cracker Jack box.
Madan had it. Yeah, maybe Floon, probably.
I mean, you know,
The
it's just
dude's
as good
about
as
the
any.
same age as me, so...
I mean, yeah, right. He's aging backwards. It's the
Well,
curious
technically-
case of Khadgar Button.
Oh, lordy. Well, technically, he
Yeah,
is...
yeah,
He's like in his 30s or something? And he was just
yeah.
magically aged to be like...
Yep.
old.
Who, Khadgar?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had.
Well,
they
yeah,
had
that
to,
happened
you
in
know,
the fight with Medivh.
Medivh. Yeah, Medivh.
And he looked older
Or-
at one point in game.
Yeah, because somebody messed up.
And now he looks all like chiseled and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like, what
He has
happened?
a nice. I love his voice. It's like my favorite thing in the game. So.
He played one of my favorite characters in Stargate, so...
I like
Moving
Stargate.
on.
All right, so that's a little bit of information about Egwene, or as Alessander put, Egg Lady. which I think is a much more suitable name. Like I said, with us tonight we have Saisil. Saisil is a fantastic listener and frequent podcast contributor in forms of questions and answers and our reader emails. So, Saisil, how long have you been listening to the podcast?
Actually, not as
Forever
long
and a
as some
day?
people. No. I believe I started listening to you guys last June.
Okay. What led you to us, out of curiosity?
Just browsing through various Warcraft podcasts, finding something to listen to.
There's some good ones out there too. My podcast list keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I have to find more time to go walking so I can listen to them.
So you're looking for something good to listen to, and you stumbled on this? Oh.
Thanks, Floon. I feel the love radiating off of you. Sure.
Hey, I'm here now, right? So
Well, let's put it this way, Floon. This is one of the few podcasts that I still listen to regularly.
no, I love this podcast. I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
So, big lore fan, yes, Saisil?
Lore is what led me to playing World of Warcraft.
See, and this is good. Okay, so here's a good one for you. What is your favorite lore? Just like if I say lore, tell me what's your favorite. What comes up?
That is what comes up, honestly, is a question. Because when you ask lore, not only do I have World of Warcraft lore stuck in my head, but I have lore for probably hundreds of different games and fantasy and role and sci-fi settings that I just love. In terms of World of Warcraft lore, I honestly can't really pick one as a favorite. I'd probably have to say Death Knight lore is up there, along with Blood Elf lore.
Okay, so Blood Elves.
Let's just pick one of those and we can go there.
But
Probably Blood Elves.
everybody loves the Blood Elves.
Because we're pretty.
Listen, there is nothing.
I have a macro.
There
that
is.
Yells on my mage when she uses ice block. I'm too pretty to die.
There is nothing prettier than a Tauren.
No.
Medium rare or rare?
I wasn't gonna go that route, but okay.
Them fight
I
words.
will say, dear Blizz, Tauren females and Tauren males need more hairstyle options. Like, come on.
I'll agree with that. I am.
I think everything needs more hairstyle options.
No, like Tauren females have like 3 hairstyles.
Yeah.
It's redonkulous.
I mean, you know, I don't have, you know, I don't dislike any of the races. I just, you know, no, I don't. I don't
Just like any of the races, we're not counting Blood Elves.
No, my problem with Blood Elves
Thanks.
is they're and I've actually run into this less on Warm Rest Accord. Oftentimes they're just role played poorly, and so
Too many people that role play them as hoity-toity people.
yeah.
It's like,
How can they not be hoity-toity though?
Dude, they had to fight the Forsaken. Do you see the scar in the middle of their starting zone?
So cool.
Or not the Forsaken, the Scourge. I'm sorry. It'd be even better if they fought
well,
the
it's
Forsaken.
just like the
but
people that forget to play Night Elves as racist bigots.
yeah, they are. Fully.
Yep, it's my biggest problem with Night Elves.
Oh, it's terrible. All right, so next question for you, Saisil. Favorite gear piece visually in game? You didn't know these questions were coming.
Why you gotta be so mean?
I know.
Quiz.
Like,
Man,
wow. He could go with the obvious
I
one,
would
which
have
is
to
Thunder
say-
Fury.
somebody say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker.
Oh,
Bow. The Windrunner bow.
Oh, Windrunner bow. Okay.
The artifact one, or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree. That one looks really nice.
Yeah. It's okay.
And I'm a BM hunter. I'm still salty about having a gun.
Oh, it's true.
Good thing I'm a marksman hunter on my hunters.
Oh, woot! We got a new follower. Yay! Our kitty is grabbing a heart. That'll show up for you guys soon enough. I love it because you guys on Skype, you don't get to see those immediately, and I do.
No.
Okay, and then finally, and this is important. Lore-wise, favorite expansion. Because I'm going to judge you here. So
There is a right answer.
Wrath.
okay,
I knew it.
good job.
I
Good
knew
job.
it.
Congratulations. You've officially passed this quiz, and you can move on to our questions and answers section next.
Is vanilla an answer?
I was gonna say, like, it's going to be Wrath because you said Death Knight is like your favorite lore, and
It's true.
that's what class you main. So I'm like, it's probably gonna be Wrath. It's probably
Yeah.
Wrath.
My two main classes that I play are Death Knight and Hunter.
Okay. Oh,
I hate Death Knight lore, but I love Wrath of the Lich King.
and also, I will give Alessandro this. Alessandro said classic, and yes, before Kata, the classic zones could have easily competed with Wrath lore-wise. I mean, I like the lore continuation of Cataclysm, but it doesn't have the same feel as what Classic did.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It feels too linear now. Where
And I'm gonna be the oddball and say I love the revamp.
No, don't get me wrong. There are things I adore about the revamp, i.e., the Camp T storyline in Barons is stunning, and I cry every time I have to release the 4 souls so that they can go be with the Earth Mother.
I knew that was coming.
I love it.
I know.
Dear. So, no, there is beautiful things with the revamp, but there was something about the way Classic was set up where it felt less linear, less forward motioning.
I am so happy
Yeah.
for the revamp because somebody that was doing, what was it, Lore Master prior to Kata. Thank you, Liz, for that revamp.
Oh,
It's
well,
hell
yeah.
to the no.
Yeah, no,
No.
it does help with that.
The linearness helped a lot with it.
Yeah. So, okay, well, good. Well, you know what that means? That means we've finished that section, and we can move on to
Questions.
questions and answers. Every week I check our Twitter feed to see if anybody has sent us a question. Do you want to send us a question? Yes, you do. And you want to send it to @thelorecraft, #craftyquestions. That's CRAFTIE, not Y. If you use a Y, you're probably going to get somebody molding a 3-dimensional horn that they'll be able to drink beer out of. And you don't want to do that.
Seen it. Seen it.
Whoa.
That is
Beer?
awesome.
Oh, man,
Somebody
I
said
mentioned beer on this podcast, and suddenly everybody's like, beer.
You realize
I've
that's
worn it in
like
one of
the
my
biggest
bags.
thing I've loved about the monk class campaign, right?
Okay, I'm gonna again be the oddball out and say beer is horse pee.
Because you've only had bad beer,
Okay.
but that's...
No. That's because I like my
Tommy?
hard liquor.
we are
Tommy?
not getting into this
I will
argument.
not argue with you on that
No,
one.
I'll
because I
just
prefer
I'll just
either mead,
post all the
whiskey, or
links to the
vodka.
video that you
And
were sending
occasionally
us.
rum.
Chat.
I like whiskey. Vodka's okay. Rum, not so much. And mead. Sorry, Sicil, I'm not a mead drinker. I mean,
I will say there is one beer that I have had that is actually pretty decent, which is Sapporo and Guinness.
yeah, okay.
Ryan,
Guinness is lovely. It's like a meal.
Yeah, you're
You all know
committed.
I'm a big beer snob, so
Well, Guinness is good beer. I don't care who you are. You can be all snobby as you want. Guinness is good.
Guinness is not
Guinness
beer.
is a
I'm not a big stout guy. So.
Oh,
Beer
see,
is a
okay,
stout.
yeah. Well,
Or Guinness is a stout, not a beer.
okay, if we're gonna get technical. So, moving into you guys totally off track here. The questions and answers for this week. The first one comes from one of our favorites, one of the best, one of our Patreon supporters, which I'll talk about soon enough, Mork the King, who will actually be joining us on our 100th episode. Mork the King says, at the Lorecraft, hashtag crafty question, do you think Azeroth will be awoken when we leave the planet, or how long until we see our Titan wake? We've had minor debates about this in the past, but we have...
Let's hope it never happens, okay?
Right. But we have a new guest on this week, so I'd be interesting to hear Saisil. Saisil, what do you think? Will this Titan be awoken when we leave the planet, or will this Titan ever wake?
I'm certain that she will wake. But I don't know what's going to happen to cause her to wake. I have no clue. I have a hope that when that time comes, if it happens within game, it happens in such a way that she is spiritually removed from the planet, but the planet stays there.
Right.
What Sisal said, because I don't want Azeroth to kind of like crumble.
I just don't think it's going to be a thing.
So you think it's going to stay dormant forever?
I don't know if dormant, but I think that there's going to be something else that they're going to do to kind of skirt around waking up Azeroth.
So here is what I've gone back and forth, and we talked. Like I said, we've had discussions about this, minor discussions off and on over several episodes, and my thought is that. All right, let me rephrase it. I've started adjusting my thought that I view it more as a soul that when awoken when it wakes up, when she wakes up, she'll exit the planet and become fully materialized. So that the planet will stay there as a planet, but the Titan will have been birthed from the planet. And so I think, or at least that's my feeling, that they can work because, if you look at the other Titans, none of them look like planets. They don't have like trees growing out of their neck. Although Odin does have fire coming out of his beard.
Well, he's not.
I mean, he's not a
Titan.
No, he's a Titan
Yeah.
construct, but we have to think the Titan constructs could have been based on the Titans to a certain extent.
What does if I remember correctly, they do describe the Titans and their appearance in the Chronicles. And it talks about them having mountain ranges on their body, valleys, rivers.
Really?
So, yeah. If I remember.
You might be correct.
I kind of I'm gonna have to agree with him on that a little. I from what I remember, they are.
I managed to open it up right
planets.
to that page.
So.
But in nowhere, in Chronicles or anywhere else that they've ever mentioned the Titans, do they explain what happens to the planet when they awaken?
Well, I think it's always been kind of assumed that they are the planet.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
assumed. We're assuming that they are the planet, but Blizzard hasn't told us one way or
Yeah,
another.
they have.
Okay.
Chronicle 1.
Hold on. So from Chronicle 1, Chapter 1, Mythos, page 19. When the Titans finally awoke, they did so as living worlds. Cosmic winds howled across their gigantic forms, bodies shrouded in a cloak of stardust, skin crisscrossed with silvery mountain peaks and oceans shimmering with latent magic. With eyes that shone like brilliant stars, they observed the fledgling cosmos and became enraptured by its mysteries. Whereas the Naru set out to safeguard life, the Titans embarked on a different journey. They wandered the distant corners of the great dark, searching for others of their kind.
And then Sargeras finds a corrupted Titan in a world and destroys the planet
Correct.
that it's in.
So I guess to a certain extent, but see, I still feel like they could come out of the planet and materialize with those features.
Yeah. They haven't confirmed for sure that if a Titan, when they awaken, if the world is destroyed and left in shatters. They did say that, like, according to Sargeras as well, like, the only way to cleanse the Titan soul in its world form is to destroy it.
Okay, good. So, quick note here. This comes from Craigeron, who linked it from Reddit, and this is from Dave Kosak, game designer. The question deals with the Titan, and what Dave says is, "It's too late. Azeroth will never wake up. He was the Titan's last hope. But a bit of his spirit dwells within every hero of Azeroth, every mage who picked up a wand, every warrior who took up a blade, every champion from any world who took root in Azeroth and decided to defend it as their home. We mortals are all that stands between the light and oblivion. But so long as the world is our home, we're lit from within by the heroic spirit of a dormant Titan."
Okay. So then, yeah.
But
it's weird how Dave Kozak is referring to Azeroth in male pronouns when it's been
well, he continues
released as confirmed female.
Right. But he continues.
Yeah,
He continues with an edit. "I was just adding some color to the Chronicle, not adding any lore with that comment. It's a Reddit post, not canon. The Chronicle is meant to be interpreted and enjoyed as you will." So he says these things about it's being too late, but he also says that he is not posting official canon. This is his interpretation of it. So there's still the ability for the Titan to wake up. Okay, good question. I always love talking about that subject. No matter how many times it comes up, it's like, okay.
Yup.
All right, the next question comes from Andrew, and what Andrew says is, "At the Lorecraft, why is Alonsus Fowl able to wield the light? Doesn't it hurt him? Hashtag crafty question." Now, for those that don't know, Alonsus Fowl, he was the Archbishop of the Church of the Holy Light during the Second War, and he organized the creation of paladins, knights who wielded the light to defend the alliance of Lordaeron. His apprentice was Uther, became the first paladin, and together they founded the Knights of the Silver Hand. He is now undead. Where does he reside? Is he in Dalaran?
Netherlight Temple.
Okay, he's in Netherlight Temple.
So the key thing with him is, I haven't done the priest all campaign, so I can't comment on that. But
I am working on that with my priest right now.
yeah, I'm slowly edging at that. But the key thing is, like, we don't know if Liz is just like, whoops, we forgot this, or whoops, there's something special about him, because it's not really said. Prior to this, any undead that, like in canon, any undead priest that cast holy magic hurt themselves by doing it. So, and the only encounter I've had with him is very minimal at the beginning with priests, and you see him as well in the Paladin class hall because you go to defend Netherlight Temple, and you see him in the background. But he is casting holy spells, but he's also casting shadow spells in the background. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's just to be like a mechanic or something, or if this is like, no, this is canon. I haven't heard it from any of the Blizz reps at all for it. So it's times like these. I wish we still had Sean Copeland on Twitter. Ah!
I think it kind of goes along with one of my theories about the three aspects of the priest: the discipline, the holy, and the shadow. Mm-hmm. The discipline, in my mind, has always been about the balance between the void and the holy. So in my mind, it has always been possible that is one of the better choices for an undead to do, because they can balance out the void with the holy to reduce or negate the damage that the holy would do to them. But that's just me stipulating.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's one of those things that my feeling is, again, this is interpretation, is he can wield the light, but that the wielding of the light is hurting him. But he has such discipline that he can ignore that pain.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean,
sounds feasible.
Think about it. There are religious sects who will do the self. What's it called when they hit themselves?
Self-mutilation.
Yeah, and they're not crying out in pain or anything. There's a certain amount of discipline to being able to confront that pain. And so it may kind of fall into that realm where flagellation, that's the word I was looking for, self-flagellation. And so it may be in the realm where he's able to wield the light only because of his ability to control his emotions when doing it. And I like that for an undead priest now. I almost want to transfer my priest over and make him undead and
don't do it.
Roleplay that.
Don't.
What Flint said, don't do it. It's a trap.
We also had
tarp.
one other question from Mork the King, but we held off on it because there was something similar in an email. So we're going to move on to our next section, which, if you hadn't guessed yet, is...
Oh, time once again for those reader emails.
And the reader email this week comes from Alisander, the one, the only, the fabulous. And Alisander writes, devs on Twitter have said that we will cry some more when the Broken Shore cinematic happens, which I take to mean more big NPC deaths. Who is left that you don't want to see die? Who do you think... Wait. That you don't want to see die?
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Who do you think might be next? I would hate to lose my beloved companion Addy or dog, Darian and Coltira, Khadgar absolutely, Mechatork, Senegos. Who I might expect to die that is big enough name, though? I don't know. Malfurion? All of the racial leaders have been missing for so long, I don't really care about any of them except Mechatork, and none of them have anyone built up enough to fill their boots. So... who is left that you don't want to see die? That's a great question. Sysil?
Velen and Anduin.
Oh, okay. So Velen and Anduin from Yami. And, yeah, see, Anduin would be a...
But I have some spoiler information on that.
Well, we're not
Theory!
doing...
Hold off on
theory!
that.
Theory!
Hold off on that.
Theory! It is not an actual spoiler. It's a theory.
Okay.
So I'll wait.
And what I'll say...
Okay.
Velen's death wouldn't have me in tears. Velen's been around a long time. We've seen alternate reality Velen die. So
I cried for that.
I didn't-
I think he's too important.
yeah,
I don't think
Anduin.
they take it. We're gonna need him.
Anduin would be epic, and the reason I say that is we've just lost Varian, and to have Anduin.
But he won't be.
No, I know.
Yeah, because we have that whole
Comic.
Listen,
type
we're
thing.
talking. This is hypothetical. An Anduin death here would have huge ramifications on the storyline, which I think would be impressive. It would be, and I think after seeing his father die, the story they could write with an Anduin death would be huge. So Yami said those two. Sysil, you?
Now, I'm a big Blood Elf player, so obviously I should go with some Blood Elves, but no. Jaina and Ilaria.
Now, are those the ones who you don't want to see die, or who you think might be next?
Don't want to see.
Okay. Yeah, I'm agreement in Jaina. I don't want to see her die. I'd like to see, and Alexander makes a huge, wonderful point here, is that all of the racial leaders have been missing so long. Not just the racial leaders, but other characters who have been so important to stories in the past, i.e. Jaina. What is Blizz doing with them?
The other thing with Ilaria is I really don't want her to leave her poor boys orphan.
That's true too.
That's the big reason for her on my.
Yeah, those poor twin boys, like they've been through crap like you wouldn't believe. They were kidnapped at a young age.
Okay, what about you, Floon?
Everybody's fair game.
Yeah, but so you don't care? Everybody can die.
Oh, come on, man.
Who do you think
I'm
might be next
hardened.
then?
Who do I think might be next?
Yeah.
If it's somebody that, if they're hinting that it's going to be, we're going to cry, it's going to be somebody everybody loves and nobody wants to see die.
I'm gonna laugh if
So-
it's like somebody that we're gonna cry over and it's Thrall dying.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden
would make,
everybody erupts into cheers.
yeah. I mean, that's the one that would make like the most sense that everyone would cry over.
Except we
Cry
haven't
over.
seen Thrall in this expansion at all.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have.
You haven't
Yeah.
played a shaman, I'm assuming.
No.
There you go.
Well, no. If we're talking class campaigns, I mean, the way they made it sound is that everyone's going to cry.
It's gonna be Chen Stormstout.
I
Oh,
swear to.
jeez. So here's and so ones that I don't want to see die is obviously Bane. I would actually
no.
I
prefer
didn't want
to
to take that one from you. So.
I know. I would prefer to see his story developed. And I don't think
Agreed.
and I think Mechatork's in that same. I'd like to see Mechatork's story developed before they kill him off.
Yeah.
I will say, if Khadgar dies, that's gonna hurt. Because anybody
God,
who's
I never even thought about that.
read the books
I mean,
or played the game for any amount of time, Khadgar would be a huge hit. Because he is so integral to the storyline right now.
I never even thought of Khadgar. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. If
it would be horrible.
we'd be
Who was going to
screwed.
yell out heroes? Who?
I could care less if Khadgar died, honestly.
But
That's
without
my
him,
favorite.
he's an extra bit of power that's helping us. Without him, we're kind of screwed.
Well, and if you remember, in the comic, the comic about Anduin, you see at the end, you see Anduin there, you see Velen there. Wouldn't you expect to see Khadgar there?
Could possibly be doing something else.
Maybe, but him being so
Let a
integral.
person hope.
So, Khadgar is the one that I look at and I go, I just if Khadgar dies and if they do it right, it could be brilliant. And no, Alessandro, you're right. He is the one that is leading us all and knows what's going on, but that's why it would be so stunning. I mean, that's the type of plot twist, the type of switch that would move a story forward and at the same time break people's hearts. Because there's nobody hates him like they hate Thrall. I mean, plenty of people hate Thrall because, for a variety of reasons, but you don't look at Khadgar that way. And the other death that I think could be big is Greymane. And well, the reason
Not really.
but the reason being is he was the last one with Varian as Varian died. And for Greymane, for example, and this is all hypothetical, for him to decide that he wants to try to avenge that and then dies. I mean, Blizz can write the story. I mean, they can do amazing stuff, but that could be a way to make his story a little more powerful. Horde-wise, I don't know.
No idea. Can Yami say her theory yet?
Yeah, go ahead, Yami.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the PTR right now, there's some spoilers of Anduin does this whole quest and everything. You find the compass in the ocean,
Right.
and you go and you bring him back to him. This is for Alliance. I don't know if there's a different thing for Horde pertaining to this, that maybe you find something of Vol'jin's. Maybe that's where the broken tusk that we saw in the original PTR comes from.
Okay.
But-
Toothman.
But so we return that to Anduin. And then Anduin leads us through a bunch of quests where he's in disguise and he's going through the city, and like you find out he's severely depressed from his father's death, and he's viewing himself as a pathetic ruler. And so eventually these quests lead you to the front gates of the Tomb of Sargeras.
Of course.
Standing with him now is Velen and Gen Greymane. This is why this is a theory. Screen fades to black and it says epic cutscene and returns. That's all it says. They haven't released the cutscene, of course.
See, Greymane's
So
there.
that's why I'm like, we see Velen, we see Anduin in that comic, so that's why I'm like, yeah, maybe Greymane's dying.
That's not going
Or
to hurt that much,
something.
though.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with that, but
I mean-
or something else happens to
Right.
Greymane. Like, as much as I hate them doing that, he does have one kid left.
Ooh.
True facts.
They could kill her. I don't know. Hopefully, no.
I just hope it's good. I mean, that's the short and the long of it. I mean, watching Varian die at the
Yeah.
beginning was epic.
Well, and the thing with the Fell Reaver, even, do you know the story behind that? Taryn Gregory tweeted out a poll this was way back, and he said, so what is the one noise you hear in
I
Warcraft
remember that.
and instantly makes you go, oh shh?
Oh yeah.
And the majority voted Fell Reaver.
Oh, of
He
course.
found that poll, retweeted it, and said, and now you guys know why I asked this.
Oh yeah, Fell
I
Reaver.
remember that poll.
I remember the days in Burning
I was
Crusade.
like, you sneaky.
The sheer amount of deaths in Hellfire Peninsula from that bugger.
One time for me.
Oh, well.
One single time.
Oh, what's that? Oh, I got it. Oh, it stepped on me.
Yep.
It's that Dane giant in High Mountain now.
Oh,
Oh my lord.
right.
By the bears and that,
Yep.
by Witchwood.
I know exactly what you're talking
You
about.
do not hear him at all.
No, there's no sound.
I was in
Yeah, he
Discord
snuck up
with
on me once.
I was in Discord on my warrior, and I'm like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Don't want to die. Run away.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yami tried to. I'm like, warrior, move your stumpy legs,
Yeah.
because my warrior's a goblin. Run away, run away.
Oh,
Get
my.
away. Well, I hope that. Oh man, see. Oh, and Alessandro said Malfurion. Malfurion dies. Malfurion dies.
I would have preferred to have Malfurion die instead of Ysera. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh God, what if it's
I agree.
Alexstrasza?
I can't deal with another
Which one
dragon
of
death.
You just said that. Was that you, Floon?
No.
I am holding you personally responsible if she dies.
Okay.
You have jinxed us all.
No, we already
Yeah.
lost. We
Stop
already
killing the dragons.
we already lost a
Sarah.
dragon. Oh, that hurt me.
And on
I-
that
I
note,
still okay. It is how long after the expansion launched, and I'm like, let's see, I'm how many tunes in at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've had 7 tunes through Val'Shara.
Yeah.
Every time that cinematic,
every time.
I cry.
Well, and my first
Single time.
the first guild I ever created on Wormrest Accord the first time around was called the Emerald Hand, and it was based on the Emerald Dream and Ysera and worshipping her. So
I like the name. That's
Thanks.
a really cool guild name.
it was a good guild. All right, this is bringing us to the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We went a little long this week, but we had a lot to talk about, and we had fabulous Saisil with us chit-chatting, so I don't feel so bad. Before we do end, though, I do want to mention that it is only through the support of our patrons on Patreon that helps to keep this podcast going. And if it wasn't for those supporters, I wouldn't be able to afford some of the things like, hosting the website or hosting the podcast. So big thank you to them, and a big shout out to one of our largest supporters, which is Mork, who's going to be joining us again for episode 100. And if you want to support us, any little bit helps. All you have to do is head to patreon.com/thelorecraft. And, even if it's like $1 a month, that would be huge, because all of it goes back into the show. So big thank you to everyone for that. A reminder, in 5 more episodes, we hit episode 100. And on episode 100, we're going to be doing a giveaway for Chronicle Volume 2. So you have a chance to win both if you are here live. We're actually going to be giving 2 away, 1 live and 1 via social media, more than likely Twitter, because that's the one I like to use when we're doing giveaways. So make sure that you stay tuned for that coming up in 5 episodes. That's it for this evening. Fabulous show. Thank you again to Saisil, to Floon, and to Yamano. And we had a ton of fun. And guess what, Saisil? You get to take us out this evening. Do you know how to end our shows, Saisil? Have you
I
heard
know how
it?
you guys usually end them, yes.
Good. So I want you to pull
I'm bad.
us to an end. So the music's going to begin, and then it's all you, and you have less than 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you pumped? I need more excitement from you right now. All right, here we go. Music
All right.
begins.
So, thank you all for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful time. 2 things to say for you. Stay nerdy and happy hunting.
And we're clear.
All right, I got
Whoa! Your camera.
Yep. You can go.
You can go.
What the heck?
My wife is trapped when we're live.
Oh my gosh!
Pregnant. So
She could have walked across.
she didn't want to.
Oh, okay. Now I feel terrible. I was wondering because you kept peeking over there, and I'm like,
Yeah, I was looking because I kept getting messages to me typing furiously. So I was like, I was gonna kill my cam, but
Well, next time just type a message to me, because I can do that by clicking the Skype checkbox right there, and now you're invisible, and then I could have
Oh,
brought you right back. So you'll see it in a
is
second.
the best way to message you when we're live Skype or
No, actually Discord.
Discord?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I have that up sitting right next to the right next to
Yeah.
the X split. So.
I didn't have anything open.
Oh, okay.
I'm bad. And then my mic and my headphones just quit randomly. That was lovely.
I have one thing
Fun.
open, and it's ordering food.
Smart move.
I gotta run and
Okay.
get my wife some food.
Saisil, thanks for coming out tonight, bud.
No problem.
That was fabulous. That was so much fun. Good questions, too. Those questions came in at the last minute. Oh, and big thank you to the people who were live here tonight. Alexander, Craig Ron, I see you guys on there. Who else was here tonight? Randy,
That's my coworker.
Carol.
What else we got?
I still am finding it hard to believe your age, Floon.
Quinnis.
What? 28.
Oh, so you're younger
Man,
than me.
You're
Oh,
young.
Yeah.
You're young.
Yeah, you're all kids.
I'm 29.
Did you need me to blank you again, Floon? I can blank you.
We're good.
Okay. tell Faye I say hi. Hi, Faye.
Machik says hi. She's
Is everything okay?
she's good. I'm still alive for now. So.
Okay, good. Oh my
Life
gosh.
is good.
All right. Well, it's 11:35 here, and that
Yeah.
means I
Go
need
to
to go to
bed.
bed. So I have to teach tomorrow 2 classes.
Fun.
Boy.
Poor boy.
Yeah. All right. I should be able to get this up tomorrow night, though, because I have some free time tomorrow night. So the podcast should be on Twitch and stuff. Yeah. Oh, no. Quinnis, yeah, we did talk about Alonsis. Oh, sadness. That was your question. Yes. And it will be in the recorded. So you will be able to hear it if you wanted to listen to it again. But yes.
Everything quit on me, so I missed it.
So,
Roger.
yeah.
You want me to see if I can work on making a new background thing so you can have one set up for 4, one set up for Floon, and then this one here for when Lagrange comes back?
Yeah, that'd be great. Try to make it look similar to this, because I like this look. It doesn't have to be the
You still
same.
have the images you used for this
Yeah,
original one?
actually, I can send you the Photoshop file if you.
Yeah, that would be
want
great.
that. I have to search for it. It's going to take me a day or so because I don't have time. Tomorrow's stupid busy for me until the evening. But tomorrow, you do me a favor. Just remind me tomorrow evening that I'm doing that, and I can find it. But yeah, I have the original Photoshop file with it all broken down into layers. So.
And here Yami asked if she could do this like eons ago, and she was told, "No, I'll get around to it, Yami. It's okay.
Well, no,
I'm gonna do it."
I did do it. That was when we had Legrand.
No. This was for updating this one, and for updating the Lorecraft image you use for offline because it still has my cloak.
I like the cloak. No, this one's been fine. Well, until Legrand left. I love this one, and then
I'm not
Legrand
changing
left.
my name to Legrand, so
I know. Luckily, that's an easy fix. But if we're gonna have
Yeah.
guests on, we really do need a foursome
yeah.
setup. And what we can probably do is get rid of the Lorecraft podcast icon on the left, and then just create 2 lower ones for that, and do like a guest 1-in-1 because we have.
Well, it could even be set up to where you have the 4 images in the corner for the people that are on the cast. Above in the center, you have either where the chat feed is,
Chit-chatting.
and below that the Lorecraft, or flip that around.
That's
I
true.
have to feed my wife.
Okay, so I'm going to turn you off right now.
Yeah.
So say bye.
Bye, everybody.
You're off. Look at that. Your voice is still there, but you're off.
Talk to you guys later. Et cetera, et cetera.
Bye, Floon.
Why not?
And now he's gone. He's gonna be like, "What happened?" Okay, no, I actually have to go too. So, no, Yami, if you wanted to do, if you wanted to redo
Yeah,
the,
I already have half of it done.
okay, well, you have to use my new transmog, my current,
Okay.
if it's the current
Well,
one.
no. I had already started working on the updating of the background image and stuff that is currently on the stream with our names and everything. If you wanted me to change that.
As long as it looks like this, because I love this
Yeah.
look.
I literally just made the boxes smaller and put I think it was Sisal that said that. Put chat up top in between yours and mine.
Oh, gotcha.
And put the Lorecraft podcast in between the bottom two.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to give anything up. You just make the boxes a little bit smaller, and it gives you more room to work with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's just chat about this probably this week sometime then, and we'll get if we can get a couple of options, that'd be good. Just something that we could play with. It's got to have an alliance and horde theme. That's my big thing because I like the split. All right. I have to go to bed. I should have been in bed like half an hour ago. So,
Good night.
bye everybody.
Sleep well.
Oh, I'm going to stop streaming first so that I don't have to